Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my first impressions of London when I arrived here from Zimbabwe. So my first impressions actually start from Gatwick Airport because I arrived at Gatwick Airport. So I remember feeling very hungry whilst I was waiting to be picked up by family. I'd gone through immigration and it took a couple of hours for me to be picked up, and I remember seeing W.H. Smith, that shop that sells newspapers and snacks for journeys. You find them at train stations, you find them at the airport. So yeah, I walked into W.H. Smith and I wanted something that would fill me. So I got a sandwich. I got an egg mayo sandwich. And here is where the fun starts. I actually looked for a sandwich that was familiar to me. An egg with mayonnaise was familiar to me, but I found egg mayonnaise with something called watercress. I had never heard of anything like watercress all my life, but hunger was harassing me. That's what I could get. I couldn't toy around with the other things because I wasn't quite sure of the ingredients, and there were so many ingredients listed on the packet. I just couldn't do it. The egg mayonnaise one was the simple one with watercress, so I bought it. And I remember just opening up the sandwich and flipping it and shaking, like, what is this watercress? What is this green thing they've put into my egg mayonnaise? And really didn't taste of much. And I ate it. So my shock was with the food, with the sandwich. Started off with the sandwich. But even before I even had the sandwich, the prices shocked me. So I got a sandwich and I bought a packet of crisps, Walker's crisps. I remember they were the ready salted ones. There were ones in a red packet. And I bought a Fanta. So this Zimbabwean girl, I just wanted to stick to things that were familiar to me. I knew crisps, but I never heard of Walker's. I was so used to Willard's, but I couldn't find no Willard's crisps. If you're in Zimbabwe, you will know Willard's crisps. I had to make do with Walker's, and I stuck to the flavor that was familiar with me. And the prices shocked me. I remember back then, it's now years now since I came to the UK, but this is my experience. The Walkers were, I think it was like 40p for a packet. The Fanta was under £1. I think the sandwich was also under £1. So for me, I actually converted the prices, like in my head. I thought the prices were equivalent to Zimbabwean dollars. I thought £1 is equal to one Zimbabwean dollar. So you can imagine me seeing things that were under £1. I thought they were under a Zimbabwean dollar, but boy was I wrong. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, things are really cheap in this country. I shall feast in this country. I made the right decision to come to this country when things are charged in pence, under £1, under my Zimbabwean dollar. I've never eaten with so much joy. But the joy soon ended when I started working and I realized that, oh my gosh, £1 is a lot of money. £1 is a lot of money. There it is. And £1 certainly was not equal to one Zimbabwean dollar. So my first, that was like my shock with the food, the type of food, and the pricing of commodities, pricing of food. My next shock was still at the airport. I remember we wanted to go into London, get into London, like London the city, like the London suburbs to be precise. And can't remember, you know the trains you catch from Gatwick Airport? We got to the barrier gate and I had my big Monarch suitcase. If you don't know what a Monarch is, I'll show you. Found something similar. A Monarch is a suitcase, and I had my one big Monarch. I still have it up to now. I had my big Monarch, and I got to the barrier gate to get to the train station, and I pushed the gates because I thought it's a gate, you open it. I pushed and so I pushed a ticket gate similar to that one. I pushed, and that is when my cousin was like, no, you don't push, my dear, you have to pay, use a ticket to actually open this. And I was like, oh, okay, is this what I do? I felt you know, like those books we used to read in Zimbabwe, Town Boy. What was it? Country Boy. Country Boy goes to the city. I felt like Country Boy. And then the next thing, as we were traveling from Gatwick all the way into London, I looked on the left and on the right, and I saw buildings like houses, and they looked grey. I'm like, hi, is this the London that I've been hearing since I was born? That is the place of gold, it's the place of riches, and the buildings look drab and dreary. And you know, when you're on railway tracks, when you're in cities, urban areas, you tend to see a lot of graffiti on the walls, on the channels, behind houses. I felt cheated. I was like, oh my gosh, what have I come to? I'll always remember that journey. I felt betrayed. I absolutely felt betrayed. So yeah, I felt betrayed. And actually, come to think of it, now that I'm talking about it, that wasn't even the first betrayal. The other betrayal, which also has to do with the traveling and the train, was at those barrier gates again. I realized after we entered that in London, actually this was actually in London itself, when we got into London itself, that there was underground. Here is a picture of the underground. Hi. I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it. Why I felt betrayed? I remember when I was 9 years old in grade 4. That's like year 4 here in the UK. I won a book prize, a book from a foreign country. Can't remember. I think this book was from Australia. And in the book they were saying in years to come we are going to be having underground and everything. So I actually thought it was a British book, like an English authored book. And so I went away from the age of 9. I was just like, in years to come, maybe 100 years from now, somewhere in the world, we are going to be having trains going underneath the ground. So you can imagine me getting into London and I already see that the trains exist. I was like, which book did I read? Which book did I read? So you can imagine the things that were going on through my mind. I was like, hey, the underground trains are already existing in my generation, in my lifetime, and I didn't know. And I read a book that I treasured saying that in years to come there are going to be underground trains. And then also seeing the buildings that were drab and dreary and grey. I think you need to see them or fit a picture. I'll fit a picture, then you can see what I'm talking about. Hope I can find one.
So this is the graffiti that one can see alongside railway tracks. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this is London and the houses are grey.
Yeah. Wait. I felt like London was already a scam before I even started building my life. The other impression that I had was that traveling was cheap. Bus traveling, to be precise. Bus travel was cheap. Jumped on the bus.
So these are the famous London red buses.
With my big monarch. And the price was like 50p or 70p for a ticket. I'm like, what? Paying with coins to get on a bus? This is too much. This is too much. This is cheap. I've come to the right country where things are cheap. My price is like a boga.
So it's feeling from lamentation to jubilation.
London was shocking. Then I remember carrying my monarch when we got off the bus, and I was just seeing cigarette stubs. Those stubs of cigarette. And I'm like, hi, is this a nation of smokers or something? Everybody's smoking. And then when I looked, I saw women smoking, and I just got totally confused. Because in Zimbabwe, I grew up not seeing women smoking the way that they were smoking in the UK. I was totally confused. I'm like, these women, they haven't been disciplined. Oh, yeah. Those were my shocks on the first day of reaching in London. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you've enjoyed this content, click the like button, click subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can get more videos when I upload. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.